From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Emily Joveski. Police in Ontario have announced 8 additional charges against billionaire businessman Frank Stronach after investigators identified additional victims of alleged sexual assaults. The 91-year-old had already been charged with several offenses earlier this month related to allegations dating back to the 80s, which Stronach denies. Liberal ministers insist that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is still the right person to lead them into the next federal election. But Immigration Minister Mark Miller says the Liberals need a reset after a devastating by-election loss in Toronto earlier this week.
This is a loss. Let's not minimize the loss. I think a lot of us have to take a step back and give our heads a shake, screw it on a little better. Stop the navel gazing and get back on the horse and fight for Canadians.
The Liberals are badly trailing in the polls to Pierre Poilievre's Tories. Authorities say they will not lay charges in a bus crash that killed 17 seniors in western Manitoba last year.
After a lengthy investigation, authorities say it is clear that the bus crossed the Trans-Canada Highway when it was not safe to do so, right into the path of a semi-trailer that had the right-of-way. But Crown Attorney Chris Vanderhooft says a conviction would be unlikely.
Momentary inattention does not constitute dangerous driving.
The bus driver suffered severe brain injuries, and RCMP say it is unlikely they will ever be able to talk to him about the crash. Steve Lambert, the Canadian Press, Winnipeg.
Lawyers say thousands of families could miss out on money they're owed by Veterans Affairs under a class action lawsuit if they don't file a claim. The lawsuit found that Veterans Affairs miscalculated pension and disability benefits for former military and RCMP members starting in 2003. Lawyers have been working to get in touch with the surviving family members of eligible veterans who have since died. And Ray St. Germain is being remembered as a singer-songwriter and TV host who earned the nickname Winnipeg's Elvis for his uncanny vocal likeness to the king of rock and roll. St. Germain died today at 83. Manitoba Métis Federation President David Chartrand says he was also an advocate for the Métis community, with his anthem I'm Mighty Proud I'm Métis, released in 1973.
Not many people were proud to be Métis then. They were hiding their identity, and the nation was not yet united as it is today. So Ray, who he was, wanted to express his feelings and his pride of being who he truly was, a proud Métis man.
St. Germain was known for hosting many shows like CBC's Music Hop Hootenanny in the mid-1960s. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Edmonton Oilers coach Chris Knobloch says some of the team's top stars, including captain Connor McDavid, were playing through major injuries during their Stanley Cup playoff run. The Oilers lost Game 7 of the Stanley Cup final to the Florida Panthers on Monday. Hockey Hall of Famer Glenn Sather is retiring after 6 decades in the sport as a player, coach, and executive. Sather was the architect of the Oilers dynasty that won 5 Stanley Cups between 1984 and 1990. The Toronto Blue Jays and Red Sox play the rubber match of a 3-game series tonight in Boston. The Jays ended a 7-game losing streak with a 9-4 win over the Bo Sox last night. And Belgium advanced to the last 16 of Euro 2024 after a 0-0 draw with Ukraine today in Stuttgart, Germany. Slovakia and Romania drew 1-1 in today's other Group E game and advanced. From the Canadian Press, I'm Emily Joveski.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.